There's a bird alive today that survived for millions of years without a single natural instinct to run away. Not because it was fearless, because it never needed to be. And when the one thing it never prepared for finally showed up, it nearly wiped this bird off the planet entirely. This is the story of the kakapo, the bird that evolved so perfectly for its world that it forgot how to survive in ours. To understand this bird, you have to understand the place it comes from. New Zealand sat alone in the ocean for around 80 million years, cut off from every other landmass on Earth. No foxes, no cats, no rats, no snakes, almost no land mammals at all. For most animals on Earth, that would sound like paradise. For birds, it was something even bigger. It was an evolutionary blank slate, with no ground predators to run from. Birds across New Zealand didn't need to fly to survive. Some stopped flying entirely, and one of them took that idea further than almost any bird in history. The kakapo. It is a parrot, a large, heavy ground-dwelling parrot that can weigh up to 9 pounds. It cannot fly at all. Its wings are mostly just used for balance now. Instead of building flight muscles, it invested in something else. Camouflage. Its feathers are a mossy patterned green built to disappear against the forest floor. Its one real threat in this ancient world was airborne. Giant eagles hunting from above. So the kakapo's entire defense system was built around one simple move. Freeze. Go still. Let the camouflage do the work. For millions of years, that was enough. While it was building this strategy, the kakapo was also becoming one of the strangest parrots on Earth in almost every other way too. It is nocturnal, which is nearly unheard of among parrots. It can live to be around 100 years old, possibly making it the longest living bird species known. And its breeding behavior is unlike anything else in the bird world. Male kakapo dig shallow bowl-shaped pits in the ground, then inflate their chest like a bass drum and release a deep booming call. That call can travel over half a mile through the forest at night. Females may travel long distances just to find the source of the sound. It is slow, it is patient, it only happens every few years when certain native trees produce enough fruit to support raising chicks. None of this was a flaw. In an environment with no ground predators and no urgency to reproduce quickly, this pace worked perfectly. The kakapo was not behind evolution. It was simply the result of evolving somewhere completely safe for millions of years. And then that safety ended. About 800 years ago, humans reached New Zealand for the first time. They didn't arrive alone, they brought rats. Later, European settlers arrived and brought something far more dangerous for the kakapo: cats, stoats, more rats. For the first time in millions of years, New Zealand had ground predators, fast, scent-driven hunters that specialized in exactly what the kakapo could not do. Detect something hiding perfectly still. The kakapo's entire survival strategy was built around one threat: danger from above. It had never evolved a defense for danger from the ground, because for millions of years there wasn't any. So when a stoat or a cat approached, the kakapo did the only thing it knew how to do. It froze, which is an excellent strategy against an eagle, and a fatal one against a predator hunting by smell. The population collapsed almost immediately by evolutionary standards. Add to that the kakapo's slow reproductive cycle, breeding only every few years, and the math became brutal. Losses were happening far faster than the species could recover from them. By 1995, researchers could count the entire surviving population of kakapo on Earth: 51 birds, 51 total. A species that had thrived for millions of years was standing at the edge of extinction, because the one skill that had always saved it had suddenly become the reason it couldn't. This is usually where stories like this end. It didn't. Conservationists made a drastic decision. They began moving every remaining kakapo to small predator-free islands off the coast of New Zealand, places completely cleared of rats, cats, and stoats. Every single kakapo alive today is known individually. Many are named, their health, weight, and breeding status are tracked constantly by conservation teams. When chicks are born undersized or at risk, they are sometimes hand-raised by humans to give them a fighting chance. It is one of the most intensive conservation efforts for any single species on the planet, and slowly it has been working. From 51 birds in 1995, the population has climbed back up to around 250 kakapo alive today. That is still critically endangered, it is still incredibly fragile, but it is not zero, and for a species that came this close to disappearing entirely, that difference is enormous. The kakapo story isn't really about a bird that failed to adapt. It's about what happens when perfect adaptation meets a world that changes faster than evolution can respond to. For millions of years, every single trait of this bird was exactly right. Flightlessness, camouflage, freezing under threat, slow, careful breeding. Then the world changed in less than 1,000 years, and none of those answers worked anymore. The kakapo didn't get it wrong, it just ran out of time to get it right again. And right now, on a handful of protected islands off the coast of New Zealand, it's still trying.